Okay, we're going to be learning how to create this Christmas flyer. So it's Christmas season, it's holiday season. Let's bring in the spirit of Christmas into our business flyer. Now, this is very important because during the Christmas season, for businesses that add the holiday spirit in their flyers or logo are known, right, to have more sales than those who don't. So let's spice up our design. So I'm going to be doing a design like this over here. I'm going to even spice this even more. So I'm going to be doing real quick now, change this to a default design. Now this is a default design, and this is what we're going to see when you come to PC Lab. Now you're supposed to have PC Lab installed by now. So let's jump in and begin. And the first thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to delete this test. So I tap the test. Let me go over to my test area and delete that. Now the first part of designing, I'm going to have to change the sizing. And what size we want to use. Now I want to use a size for our flyer. And we're going to go over to image size. Right now, let's choose a size. So now using an aspect ratio of 1 to 1. Let's just change the size over here. Now let's give it a width. Can go with 902. Let's check how that looks. Okay, 902. We're using a height of 1280. Okay, this side looks 902 by 1280. A nice size. Now what we're going to be doing next, we're going to be importing our backgrounds. Now which background we want to use? Let's bring in our background. Now firstly, we're going to bring in our background from gallery. The background we'll be using, let's bring it in from our gallery. Now importing of this background takes time for it to load, so I'm just going to be showing you once how to import this background. Then later on, right, when it's time to import an image or import any background, I'll have to pause the video, right, so this video can be short and also very effective. But now I'm going to be using my Z Achiever. So I'm going over to my Christmas resources. I should take note, each background that I use here, each images I use here, right, I'm going to be giving it to you as a resources, right, so you don't have any issues about resources problem or image problem. And quickly, let's look for a nice background. Now what I'm going to be doing, don't forget that my background layer, I want to change a background, to give it a background. I'm going to spice it up with a nice Christmas background. That's what I'm going to be doing right here now. So we're going to be waiting. Now my resources are loading because they are very large, so it takes some time. But very soon they're going to be complete. So we have it over here, Christmas background with various complex snowflakes. So this is it over here. So we're going to be doing, I'm clicking our sizing. So we have our background over here. Now I changed my background from my image background, and we have it nice and good over here. The one next thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to go over to my image. I'm going to be importing this image. Now I'm going to be importing the same design for my background. The same design for my background. I'm going to also be importing it over here. Why are we doing this? Because we don't want our image later on to become blurry or to slash, right? So we imported the background that we used first. Now that same background, I'm going to import it as a normal image, right? I'm going to make sure we enlarge it so it's going to fill the background, right? Now let's do that real quick over here. So I've hit import. So I'm going to look for my Christmas. Okay, we have it over here. Okay, I'm gonna be doing real quick. Okay, we have this over here. So what we're gonna do, you want to increase the sizing of this. Go back to relative size, put it at 100, and your height should be at 100, right? So we have it. So you're gonna put your width at the highest, 100, and also your height. You put it at the highest. That is nice. The relative position, we're gonna position this at the center. Now we can do this, or you can just put your background manually and continue on with your design, right? So we are done with that. So the next one we'll be doing now real quick is, let us try our possible best to insert our shapes we're going to be using, right? Let's insert our shapes we're going to be using for our design. So I'm going to be coming over. So okay, let's lock this. Let's go come over to shape. Okay, let's go over to shapes real quick. But it seems our background we're using over here is obstructing our design. So what we're gonna be deleting this. I'm gonna be putting it back later when we are done. So let's delete this second image we're using right now. We're deleting that quick. So we're gonna tap our image section so we can go over to shapes. Now let's import the shapes we're gonna be using now for this design. For this I'm gonna be using simple shapes. Right now I'm using shapes. So we have this shape. Now let's go over here. So let's increase the radius 10. Okay, nice over here. So we're gonna be doing next is we're gonna rotate this. So let's go over to our rotate. So we'll see how I rotate this. So I'm gonna rotate this. I want to position this nicely below over here. Okay, rotate it to angle 45 degrees. And let's position this half over there. What we want to also do, let's increase the sizing of our shape. Relative size, let's increase the height of our shape. Now let's position this. Let's move this by 5 pixels. Let's bring it down. Okay, then we have it nice and good over there. Okay, and the next one we'll be doing, we're going to tap the shape. I'm going to copy this shape over here, right? I want to bring it in. So we have that over there. I want to also copy this. So what I want to do, this basically is the hard way of doing it. Okay, now I want to make sure our two shapes are in the same line. Okay, so I want to position this one a little bit. I want to bring it down. Okay, so we're done with that. Nice and good over there. And next one also do quickly over here. I want to hit our shape and copy this. Let's just use the sizing a little bit, right? Then let's position this. Move this by 5. Then let's position this at the middle of the two shapes. So let's also reduce the sizing by using a width. Let's bring it below a little bit. Okay, over here we have it nice and good over here. Can move this. Okay, I want to be doing real quick now. I want to copy this. I'm going to move this. Let's bring this down a little bit. I'm going to move this by 5 pixels. Now what I'm trying to do, I want to position this at the middle right? Okay, now let's bring in our grid real quick. Now let's make sure our grid, make sure the two shapes are in the same position. Okay, now we're using our grid to check if they're in the same position. So we have it over there, right? So I want to make sure our shapes are in the middle. So let's position them. So also want to rotate this a little bit. Okay, what much you want us to do real quick? Let's check our grid level. Okay, let's position this. Okay, so we have this over here, nice and cool over there. Now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to make sure both of them are in same position. What I'm talking about, I mean this shape over here, right, and this shape over here. I want to make sure they're in the same position, right? Very important. Okay, that is nice and okay over them. Now what I'm doing is, since we're done with down, we're done there. I will do that nice design with shape over there. I've manipulated some shapes. Now we can off our grid and let's head over upwards and try our best to bring in some other image. So I'm going to bring in some other images now from our gallery. I'm going to click from gallery. I'm going to bring in some images which will be in the resources I'm going to be giving to you. So I'm going to pause this. I'm going to click from gallery. I'm going to pause the video real quick, so bringing the image will take time. So we have the image, this image over here. Merry Christmas, right? It's going to also be in your resources. We want to also do real quick now. We want to reduce the sizing, then we'll position this at the middle. So let's reduce the width a little bit. Okay, reduce the width. Okay, now let's relative position this in the middle. Okay, that is nice and cool over there, right? So what next we want to be doing now is want to bring in some other amazing image into this. So let's bring in our next image over here. I'm going to click the plus icon and hit from gallery and head over to my Z Archiver to bring in my image. So we have this other image. I'm going to bring in this. Let's reduce the sizing for this also, right? Then let's move this to the back. So I'm going to go over to my layer 2 and I'm going to bring the bars down. Okay, I'm going to bring it down. That's nice and good over there. I'm going to bring the bars down. Now what we'll be doing now, let's add our text. Let's bring in the logo for the design I want to do. Right here you have two choices. You can write the company name as the logo. You just go ahead and write the name. You can go ahead and write the name like this, right? Or you can bring in the logo, right? So let's go ahead now and bring in the logo. So I'm going to click from gallery. So let me insert this. So I have this transparent image of my logo over here. Now for your design, you can use a transparent image of logo you want to use, or use text, right, as just the logo. Use text to write the business name. So since I have an image of my logo, I'm not going to be using this text. I'm going to be deleting that over here. So I have my design via Zali designs, and by the way, it has a Christmas spirit in it because of the blue and white in it. So moving on, what I'll also do right now, I'll reduce the sizing for this, right? Because I want to position this right here. So I've reduced the size for this over here. Let's position this. I'm going over to my image tool, move out the position. I want to move this by 5. Okay, we have this. Okay, it's nice over here. We can also decide to move it a little bit forward. Okay, now we can go over to relative size. I'm going to reduce the width a little bit. 50 is okay. Okay, that's nice. 50 is okay now for what we want to do. So let's bring in our test. So now we want to write in our services. We're going to go over to test, edit, writing the services that we need. I want to do with this. So which services are we bringing in? Select designs. Okay, before we do that, let's write something like this. Okay, okay, we're gonna go over like something like this for your business Christmas, right? That's nice. We're gonna reduce the text size for this. Reduce the size. Okay. And we're gonna go over the font. Let's change the font a little bit. Head over to my font. We're gonna be going with this font name Youth Brush, or you can go with any other font. Now, if you need this font, right, I can drop for you to download them. The fonts also being your resources. So we have this over here for your business Christmas. Okay, I'm just going to go over to my font and go with the Youth Brush. Okay, now let's rotate this a bit. Okay, it's nice over there. Now what I want to be doing next is I want to be giving this a color and a stroke. Right over the stroke, and we'll make sure our stroke we're giving it should also carry the Christmas spirit. That's why I'm going to be going with gradient. I'm going to be choosing our first color is going to be red. I'm going to be going with another color that is green but lighter. Now we're going to reduce the stroke width to 2. 2 is okay for our stroke width. I'm going to change this to darker. Okay, let's position this. Move this by 5. Now let's also rotate this. Okay, let's straighten it a bit. Sorry about that. Now we have -9 degrees. Okay, can leave it at this over here for your business Christmas. Now let's bring in our services properly. Going over to test. Let's bring in our main services that we need. We have logos. We have flyers. We have card. Right? We have logos. We have flyers. We have card. We have website. Okay, then we have website. Right? So we have logos, flyers, card, website. Now the designs are going to be adding. You can go on and on with them. Right? So I'm going to be clicking done over here. Right? Now I'm going to be choosing a font for this. Now this font I'm going to be using for this, the font should be legible, right? What people can see, what they can see very clearly, right? What understandable. So I'm going to go back to use the Blogger Sans. Let's reduce the sizing over here. Okay, now next one we do want to align this. Want to make sure we align this to be at the center. Okay, so now let's position this. Let's move this by 5 pixels and position this. Now rotated. Let's check how rotated the for your business Christmas. Let's check the rotation we use for that. So you see over here rotated by -7 degrees. So let's rotate this our text by -7 degrees. But before that, let's increase the sizing of our image. So let's increase the sizing, increase the width a little bit, right? Okay. Also, let's reposition our for your business. Let's reposition this a little bit. Okay. Now let's rotate this our text. So we're going to rotate it to -7 degrees. Okay. Let's position this. Okay. So we have that over there. Then let's import one other image. So we're going to click from gallery. Pause this. Now there's something I want to show you here. Now the image you want to be adding, right? You can add any image of your choice. Now we have in the resource I'm going to be giving you, we have this image of Santa Claus over there. We also have a lot of image of Santa Claus, right? So you can decide to use any image of your choice, right? But I'm going to be going with the snowman, right? The snowman. So you can use any image of your choice at this point. You can just spice it up. We are done with the main design. Get any image of your choice to spice this up over here. So let's just cut this a bit, and okay, there we are. We're going to position this over here. Nice and cool. We'll also do, let's move this. So I'm bringing it down. So we have this over here. Now let's position this. Let's bring it a little bit, move it by 5, then let's bring it a little bit down. Good. So we have it nice and cool over there. So we want to go over to use our business test. Now let's change the stroke a little bit. Okay, so let's also give our design a stroke. Okay, so now we have it there. Now one more thing wants to be doing, right? What we also want to be doing, want to make sure we adjust our designs. So it will affect our snowman. So let's position this. Let's move this over here. Nice. Let's move this down a bit. Okay. Also position this. Let's move this down a bit. Okay. So now we can increase the sizing of this also. Nice and cool over there. Okay. I want to be doing next. I want to be adding some pictures of our products now. Picture of the products that you're offering. We're going to be adding next. So we're going to be doing. How we're going to be doing that? We're going to tap the shape we're going to be using. We're going to be adding them inside of all these shapes. We're going to be doing. We're going to tap the shape that I want to use. And we're going to go over to our image editing tool. I'm going to head over to texture. Right, I'm going to click this image icon over here in the texture. Then we're going to add in texture for our product to each and every of our design. So let me show you this real quick. So let me go to some of the products the business offer. So these images of these products are supposed to be sent to you available. If I didn't for practice purpose, you can use some images from my resources. So you head over to select designs. I'm going to check for some products. Okay, we have this over here. So let's focus it on this. Okay, now that's an example we have for that. Now you're going to do it for all the designs. You're going to do it for this shape also. I'm going to do it for this shape, so let me do that. So now I've added our image size to the different parts of our image. So what I want to be doing real quick now is want to add some style to this our shapes we have over here. So we can head over to colors. We can add some nice colors to this, or we can choose from gradient and just play around with our different colors that we have. Right? Or what you can also do, you can head over to texture also and add a background. Let's say a red Christmas background, but all this background being your resources. Let's add that to both of the side places. So now I've added our texture to both sides of our image. What I'm going to do, let's try as possible to move the shapes backward. Okay, so we have this nice cool over here. And one last one I'll be doing to conclude our design, I want to go over to our image and import. I want to import snow. I'm going to use to cover our old design. Now all this is going to be your resources. So I'm going to go over to ZArchiver. Okay, go over to SD card and let me head over to my Christmas resources, which I'm going to be giving you. I'm going to getting the snow, right? All the snow that I'm going to be needing for this. So we have this over here. Okay, the snowflake. We have it over here. What I want to do, I want to go over to our sizing, relative size. we're going to make sure the width and the height is 100. At about our relative position, we're going to try to position this at the center. Right, so we have this. Let's position this. Nice and cool over here. Right, so this is our design. Right, so we're going to save this over here. We'll go over to save. We'll save it as a project first. So you have it as a PLP file. So you're going to write any name you want. I'm going to click OK. Right, then I'm going to go over. I'm going to click save as image. I'm going to be using dimension. I'm going to be using ultra. Right, I'm going to hit save to gallery. I'm going to wait for some time for the image to render. Then it's going to be saved to your gallery, and you can see it and use it or send to anyone that you want to. Thanks again for watching this video.